tell Cullen and Josephine we're probably at war with the Q. Anyone?
As if.
They're going to kill me.
Yes, I think so. Yeah, I was hoping for someone to say, it sounds like your job, boss. Or something like that. I don't think it's going to go well. I didn't think we'd be coming back and forth to the Winter Palace that much. I mean, I thought that maybe we'd be kind of pushing through there'd be a bit more of a dungeon in that temple, but...
Dragon's breath. The Qunari always enjoy their metaphors. But what does it mean?
Who knows? Qunari agents moving through Illuvians to attack the south is bad enough already.
I still do not understand why they accused the Inquisition of serving Fenarel.
Could be real, could be a ruse. He seems to be a historical figure. I mean, this is one thing actually about something they say about a lot of the Greek myths is actually that was how they taught history, was by using these myths. So a lot of the myths are twists on what actually happened. Like, for example, the Siege of Troy, which has a lot of mythological elements to it, is probably an actual event that they've twisted. Admittedly, then you've got... I haven't read him, but you've also got... But then you've got to compare it to things like... oh, I can't remember who wrote... what's his name? It begins with Thus. Like, Thucydides or something like that, who wrote about the Peloponnesian War. I don't think that's mythological. But I could be wrong, so it could be that Fenharel is real.
We know that Mythal actually exists. It's possible Fenharel is still here in some form too.
What you describe in the ruins certainly implies that the Dread Wolf of Elven legend is a real person.
But how does that implicate us? What made them decide that the Inquisition serves this Fenharel?
Hopefully we will learn more after we have stopped them.
Let's see the Exalted Council try to disband the Inquisition after we've saved them from this dragon's breath.
We must find out what Dragon's Breath is first. For now, our only lead is the Qunari leader, the Vidusala.
Stomp. Hello.
Gentlemen!
My apologies, Lady Josephine. There has been an incident with one of your soldiers.
How dare you? It was bad enough that the Inquisition chose not to inform the Exalted Council of the Qunari
We
cause.
didn't tell them?
Ole would have been happy to help with the matter.
But now your own guards are attacking servants? You have overstepped your bounds.
My plan to seize power in Ferelden would hardly start with soldiers scuffling in Orlais, Earl Deegan.
While the Exalted Council is our foremost priority, the Inquisitor will, of course, address this matter personally.
Thank you, Inquisitor. Ole stands ready to assist the Inquisition, as always.
Secrets and lies. Do you understand why we fear your Inquisition? You act as if you're the solution to every problem. How long before you drag us into another war?
Yeah, about that. About that. Let's not mention the Qunari. Why have we not mentioned the Qunari body to them?
What's going on here?
The Orlesians try to take one of our people, Inquisitor. We've secured the area.
This is the Winter Palace. You cannot simply seize control when one of your guards attacks a servant.
The Inquisition is handling this. When some noble commits a crime of fashion, you can take over.
I only asked what he was doing.
And when I refused to bow to the Inquisition's dogs, you attacked me! How would you like us to handle the situation, Inquisitor?
How did that barrel get here?
That barrel there. Where did it come from?
I was ordered to bring wine for the guests.
You're lying.
Your Inquisition soldiers are completely out of control.
No, we're in control. Keep talking and you'll find yourself in chains.
I don't want to do either. I want Okay, if it's wine, let's just... Okay, if we're worried about if it's wine or whatever, let's open the barrel. I assume that there's a way of opening the barrel here and now without spoiling the wine. I mean, if there isn't, let's go back down to the kitchens and have a look. I'll go representing the Inquisition. We'll take this guard of the Winter Palace. Both go down with the servant. Have a look. This is so stupid because you're giving me a binary choice that isn't a binary choice. There's so many other options you could do, and again, I point back to a pen and paper RPG could do things like this so much better. Take guard into custody. I don't want to take my guard into custody, but I also don't want to arrest the Elasian servant, because that's kind of the beginning of we're taking, because the guard has a point. I'd like them to be both taken into custody. Do I do what could save the palace but doom the Inquisition? Or do I do what could save the Inquisition but doom the palace? Is the question. It seems to be that's the issue. Because bringing the guard into custody... Bringing the guard in custody means the Orlesian servant is free to do whatever with the barrel, which looks suspiciously like one of the barrels from before and doesn't look like a barrel at all. Again, it's that question of why can't we open the barrel and see what's in there? Okay, right, we've got the guards. Let's open the barrel. If it is just wine, I will take my guard into custody and she will be sent away. She'll no longer be at the palace. But if it's not wine, then we know something's up. Which then strengthens the Inquisition's hand in making the point that we're needed. We're spotting things that aren't... I think I've got to arrest the servant.
Please take the servant into custody.
Right away, Your Worship.
Inquisitor?
Ambassador Montillier will explain later. For now, please hold the servant for questioning.
As you say, Inquisitor. Lord Cyril will hear about this.
Inquisitor, I also found this by the barrel. I can't read the language.
Did you resolve the problem with the guard?
The guard is the least of our problems. Someone smuggled Gatlock barrels into the Winter Palace.
Smile, Inquisitor. There are many eyes upon us. At least now we know the true extent of the dragon's breath.
Right, can we just ask the question of... I mean, because actually thinking about it, it might be the servant was completely innocent of it. And I've just kind of made things worse. But it... I don't know. Going this way just seems to be odd. There's no one this way. Where is the... I mean, it's also kind of, where is the wine cellar? There's so many questions that you... right, what's Dragon's Breath?
You think the Dragon's Breath is these Gatlock barrels?
Of course. A surprise attack, even through the Illuvians, would have met fierce resistance. But if everyone at the Exalted Council died in an explosion, the South would be rudderless, vulnerable to attack. This is what Corypheus should have done after the explosion at the Temple of Sacred Ashes. An attack as swift and unstoppable as the breath of a dragon.
You do seem to be taking this well. Probably a mask, I'd guess.
How are you still smiling?
Years of training as a bard, Inquisitor. We cannot show weakness now. Enemies could be watching, or we can let them seize idle conversation between two friends.
Guard also found a note.
The guard who confronted the servant said she found this note near one of the barrels. It looks like Kunari writing.
Let me see. I picked some up from the Iron Bull, though I'm told my accent is atrocious. These are orders for positioning the Gatlock in the palace. When duty has been performed, Report to the Vidasala through the mirror marked by a bookcase.
An invitation.
I've been hoping to meet the esteemed Vidasala. How nice of her to invite us over.
Good. While you do that, I will have agents locate the Gatlock barrels and remove them safely. I will also send word to my foreign contacts. We must see where else this dragon could strike.
Okay. So, don't give me clues to the location and then just mark it on my map. Let me dig, let me explore and find things. I say that in other games which just give me the option. Don't just immediately put it on. Like, I don't know if I could probably make another quest active. But it shouldn't just pop up on the on here. Let's see if I can actually do that. There we go. Completely random. So it's by a bookcase. So I know it's actually in the palace. That's what I picked up from. Well, I may as well just leave this on. Because it's on anyway. Even if I don't want it to be. That's just... no. What on earth was going on in here? Right, bookcase. Now, it's not inside. Oh, is it just in here again? Is this a bookcase? Is this what you mean? I assume so. It would have been nice to know that we were going there, into the deep roads, because I would probably have taken back. Iron Bull! And I think we'll stick with Sarah. And Dorian, because Vivienne will probably be better in that. Actually, no. Let's actually take Vivienne. Dorian can be all ambassadorial. Sarah will probably be making things worse, and it makes sense if there's a Kunari threat to take Iron Ball anyway. So we'll try that. Oh, that's a new path forming, I see. Oh, people have leveled. How delightful. Iron Bull. Rampage, you're an unstoppable fury. Devour. Blood is life. Hoping for... let's put a war horn in, because we can get rid of that. Oh, what have I done? Oh, apply. I don't know, I just removed a thing, didn't I? That one. So I'm going to put you there, as if nothing had changed, as if I didn't accidentally press the wrong, do the wrong thing. Put you there, back. We go to Miss Sarah. Could probably do some, caltrops. Enemies bleed. Briefly immobilized bleeding is probably more useful. Then again, I do a lot more meandering over to people anyway. Meandering. I go over to people and attack them more than to the wee wound. Just been chilling. So we'll go there, work towards that, although I don't think you're going to level. I think we're pretty much at the end of... I think we're close enough to ending that I don't think we're going to see another level. Is my thought. I'm wondering why... why are you leading me over here? And why are these paths forming for me? And what on earth is this? Does anyone else know?
What is that?
I don't know, but I'm worried it's going to turn into something later on, and then we'll have to fight it. Fight this giant egg monster! Ah! You know, that kind of thing. There's another one here. Oh, maybe this is what's kind of building these roads up, actually. Yeah, one. Ah, here's the bookcase. Read. Books in the Crossroads. A book from the Crossroads. Its pages are filled with numbers and letters splattered around the page in random order, like writing in a dream. Every other book on its shelf is filled with the same nonsense script. At certain lights, the letters appear to shift slightly out of the corner of the eye.
Illuvian marked by a bookshelf. This should be it.
Good. Time to get some answers from the Vidasala.
You can actually read. You can actually read in dreams. It's. I think it's similar to. No, it's not similar to Faces. I think if you have a memory of reading something recently, it will pull out the image and kind of reading it. But it's difficult to actually read it. I've read that some people can actually read in dreams. Right. This unside note was tucked into a bookshelf in the crossroads as if left for someone. Do not stray from the marked paths. There are many mirrors. Some lead to danger. Do not linger longer than you must. At the bottom is a crude map of floating islands, some of which seem impossible to reach. More reading. Communal journal. The slim journal was tucked into a bookshelf in the crossroads, as is left for someone to find. Each entry is a different hand. I've dropped rocks off a dozen ledges. I've not heard one hit the bottom. This place has no bottom. Do not be here if you have no tasks here. An entry in Cunlat follows. Emmett missed the rendezvous. He said he was scouting the lower ledges on orders. Another entry. Understood. No one's to go near that mirror. Is this just a reflection of where we currently are? And it's just a bit wibbly because it's a magic mirror. Seems that could be the case. I mean, if this is where we're going to, it just seems like it's another place in the crossroads.
Is this some sort of old elven library?
There are traces of some ancient magical catastrophe in the air.
Let's hope we can track down the Vidasala in all this.
Virdathara, Homecoming. The pages of this book, memory, describe an elf approaching a city of glass spires, so deeply blue they ache. The city's outskirts are wrapped in lakes of mist, and figures stroll along the pearly glowing strips as if they walked on solid ground. Groves of trees woven into enormous parks shelter elves in quiet hollows, while other elves walk below in a river churning along an invisible shoal in the air. The scene hums with quiet talk and contentment as the memory's maker reaches the city's gates, already thrown open wide. Yeah. Listen to Sarah. Elfie things.
The Fade. Not good. I would rather be anywhere else.
Calm yourself, little Sarah. It is, after all, not technically the Fade.
Urgh. You are more annoying than any demon, and you did it on purpose.
You are welcome, my dear.
Didn't thank you.
Things are a bit... yeah.